Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. Let's talk about Jamel Lorenzo Hunt, shall we? Now, he is in trial right now for going on school premises and violating a student. But the thing is, the student denied that it happened. Okay? The student denied that it happened. Now, go with me on this one, okay? Just walk with me on this one. Now, if you were totally intact as a young child, a young girl, and a strange person were to come where you are all alone, you would hear screams. You would hear screams, okay? And let's say the young girl was too afraid to scream when the person got closer and because the person's to age to recognize danger and to realize, okay, I have found myself in a situation here. By the time the person's like 2 feet, 1 foot away from you, you know something's going down. You know that you are smaller. You know that you are weaker. You know that you are a female. You're screaming. Bloody murder, you're screaming. Okay? But let's say you were too scared. By the time the violation starts, definitely you're screaming then. Definitely screaming then. Okay? So, were there screams? Did the whole school hear screams from the school like a mile out? Like, you would have heard if it were me. Like, the, I will wake up the sleeping God in heaven. Okay, you know, he fell asleep after 7 days, probably still sleeping, but he was woken up on that one. Okay, so did anyone hear screams? So if not for that little boy walking in on the act, no one would have known. No one would have known. So can we think? You don't know, but can we like suppose that Jamel knew this girl from before? The only question I have is why on the school premises? Was he pulling uh you know this trial that's going on here in the United States with Diddy? Was he pulling something like that? Did he want to be really deviant and he really wanted to be in his beast mode? I mean, the monster mode. Why would he go on the school premises? And how did he know exactly where she was going to be? Why did she lie? Why did she lie? Had it, like I said, had it not been for the schoolboy who saw what happened, no one would have been the wiser. No one would have been the wiser. Now, in this particular installment here of this particular um, it's the court record of what's going on. So, someone sits in and they come out and they write it on behalf of Nation newspaper based on this. And you could probably go through it, like because there's more than one installment. So you could probably go through it and let me know if I missed something. But I didn't see anything about, like when something is missing, when you go to the doctor. And, I didn't say anything about therapy, like after something like that happens, therapy not only for her, but the other students in the school and the teachers. I didn't say anything like that. Did you? Did you read that happened, that there was counseling and, things were, like on high alert? You didn't really see that. Yes, the principal, after he heard what happened, the little boy told, he, followed the guy and called the police. And he's saying, and listen to this carefully, he is saying that had it not been for the complaint, had it not been that he was described in a way that he was able to stop this particular guy on the street because the little boy described what he looked like. He said the guy looked normal, normal, just cool, calm. Like he, didn't do anything wrong. Like if you had really done that, and there are people in cars or in a car coming after you, your blood pressure should be raised. It should do something to you. Run, try to avoid being caught. He says the guy was as cool and calm as a cucumber. Cool and calm. And that's why I always say to you, the nicest people, well, you would call them nice, but the nicest and like soft spoken on people that you would never think would do a thing, they do it, the thing, and they do it very well because you don't see them coming. That's why information is so important, because otherwise, other than the information you put out on that person, you don't see them coming because they are cool and calm as a cucumber. They just walk around like they can't match a fly, that they've never done anything to anyone. That's how it works. That's how it is. So this Jamel Lorenzo Hunt, let me show you him again. This is him here. He's on trial. He's on trial for violating a schoolgirl, but the schoolgirl didn't give him up. It was a witness, and the schoolgirl, when questioned, she denied it happened. She denied it happened. Now, had it happened to someone that didn't know him or someone who was innocent or whatever, you would be very happy that there was a witness that you can testify, telling your mom, your dad, and they'll be telling you, well, don't tell everyone, but you'll be wanting to shout it to the world. And not only that, pain, pain, agony, trauma. But she denied it. She denied it happened. Okay? If not for the 14-year-old, I know I'm repeating myself, but had it not been for the little boy, I don't know, for the little boy who told what happened and told it in such a way that it came over as the truth. Had it not been for him, we would not have been hearing about this. So if that is her boyfriend, just walk with me on this one. If he is the little girl's boyfriend, why go on the school premises? Why did he go on the school premises? Hmm? As he said, that was his mistake. He said it. The only mistake I made, he didn't say other mistakes. The only mistake I made was going to the school, was walking on those premises. That's the only mistake he made. So based on one, okay, let's say you're accused of the grape, grape. This is social media. You have to say grape. Let's say you were accused of that, and you're saying that the only mistake that you made after you've been identified by a witness, so you were seen and you were picked up by the principal and you're in a lot of trouble now. But the only mistake you made was going on the school premises and seeing that the little girl did not report it and she denied it happened. You have to keep everything together, okay? Keep this whole cake together, okay? She denied it happened. What are you? What are spectators? What are people reading? This information. This is information. What are we supposed to think? What are we supposed to think? I'll tell you what I think. I'll tell you what I think. I think she knew him. I think that they were into something. Like he said, his only mistake was trying to get a free con. I'm sorry, his free con, his free con at the school. That was his only mistake. That was his only mistake, was going to the school. Okay, but he got caught. He got caught, and now his name is out there, his face is out there, I have to wait for him to be sentenced. He's going to go on my list, my registry, but it'll be pending the jury, pending the determination of the jury. So, but he's going to be on my list of offenders, okay? But had it not been for that little boy, he would have gotten his whatever off, and he would have gone free because, in my opinion, I think the little girl knew him. I think they were into something. I don't think it doesn't seem as though it was her first time. It doesn't seem that way, and that's it for me. There's no and am. That's it for me. They knew each other. They knew each other, and his mistake was going to the school to do what he did. That was his mistake, not that it was something that he wasn't doing before. And you call it statutory grape, not all out grape. It is statutory because she was not opposed to it. Okay, that's my take. She was not opposed to it. She knew him, like knew him biblically. She knew him, and he was found out because he came on the school premises, which is a good thing because now people will know what he's into because what he did to her, he's always going to be that way. There's no cure. There's no cure. When grown or black men are attracted to young people, that goes on for a lifetime. Okay, that goes on for a lifetime. Let's say that you are 40 years old and you married a 18-year-old. Let's say that, for instance. Even if you are married to that 18-year-old and now you're 45 and that 18-year-old is 23 because she's aging and you're aging, the 45-year-old is still attracted to 18-year-olds. You're getting old. You're getting old. He's getting old too, but he still likes 18-year-olds. So you're not safe in that relationship. He's going to be looking to replace you because he likes 18-year-olds, he likes 16-year-olds, 14-year. He likes them young. Okay, so when you're young and you marry someone who's older, thinking, oh, but he's older, so he's always gonna now. He's not always gonna like you, and you're not always going to be young. He's always going to be the same. You're going to be getting older. He's always going to be the same, liking young people, young females. You're going to be getting older. Okay, and that is the kind of teaching you need to teach your children. That's what you need to impart to them so that they know that it's not that they're young and he should be happy to be with a young person. They're young because he likes them young, and as you get older, you're old now for him, although you're still quite young. 25, 26, 27, still quite young, but you're too old for the guy that likes a 16-year-old. Okay, so talk to your children. Talk to them. Talk to them like normal. Let them know. And if you've experienced something, tell them. Tell them. Pull them up out of this cycle. You keep repeating. Pull them out of the cycle. Teach your children. Don't have them until you're ready to teach them. Don't have them until you're ready to impart some knowledge. Okay? So getting off of this, I'm done. They knew each other. He and the schoolgirl, they knew each other. It is statutory grape, and we have now to wait to see. That's me saying what this case should turn out to be, and you have now to wait to see what the court is going to have it turn out to be. But that's my outtake on this particular matter. He knew her, she knew him. It was statutory violation, and based on that, they can gauge. I'm sure they have laws, outright grape and statutory violation. I'm sure they have laws to capture both of them, and whichever one he is found guilty of, one may be more lenient than the other. Okay, so that's my take on this. It's statutory violation, and it was interesting that the little girl denied everything in normal circumstances that were not. have happened, would not have happened. This is Sherry Veronica.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.